So I want to welcome each and every one of you here into the third space for this practice of sacred stillness. I want to begin by saying that you are very welcome here in this meeting place, in this space. It is a sacred place of gathering. And while we might not be gathering physically in the same room, that doesn't change the fact that we are here. We are here and we are very present with one another. And this space, if you like, between me and my screen and your screen and you, this is where we meet in this virtual space. And it's very sacred. I honor and welcome each one of you as I honor and welcome the presence of divine love. Tonight's meditation, or if you're doing it later on during the day, the meditation is a guided practice with the intention of bringing us into the sacredness of being still and present to ourselves, to our environment, and to divine love. This practice is a holistic practice with the purpose to engage our body, soul, including our mind, will, and emotions, and our spirit. When we are present, we are conscious and aware of the now, the reality of this moment in time. So, what does it mean to be sacredly still? Well, something that is sacred is believed to be holy, precious, and to have a special connection with God. You can describe something as sacred when it's regarded as too important to be changed or interfered with. So we don't actually do stillness. We need to be still. You might have heard it said that we're not human doings, but we're human beings. And when we're still in our bodies, soul, and spirits, we have the opportunity to be conscious and aware of how precious we are and how sacred our special connection with God or divine love really is. During this meditation, I will be making use of various names for God, such as divine love, spirit, source of life, eternal one, giver of life, Shalom. You are welcome to use your own names or terms for God, but these are just the ones that I will be using during the practice. This meditation is an invitation into that sacred connection. Everything that we do during this time is an invitation. You are welcome to engage with the elements of the practice to the degree that you feel comfortable with. You're also welcome to gently leave the space at any time. You're free to leave your camera off, although it does help me if some of you leave it on, but that's okay. It's up to you. So the flow of this meditation will have, there'll be three elements, three primary elements. First of all, tuning into awareness of ourself. And sometimes I refer to ourself or myself as my capital S self, who I am. The other element will be orientating ourselves to our environment around us. So where we are in our physical bodies as well as in the virtual space. And lastly, becoming conscious and aware of divine love. To assist us in this, there will be times of silence, body scans, vagus nerve resetting, mindful moments, heart alignment, connection with sound, awareness of gravity, awareness of life around and within, breath prayers, imaginative visualizations, words of blessings, and more. So that's the components of this meditation today. Okay. So getting comfortable wherever you are, we're going to get started. So here we go. If it is your practice, you might like to join me in a short prayer. Eternal One, I take this time to calm my inner being, to come into the awareness of myself, my environment, and your divine love. I honor and welcome your presence in this moment. So let's settle down, getting comfortable in our bodies. That might mean adjusting our posture, whether we're lying or sitting, walking, standing, whatever posture we're in, just nice and comfortable. We don't want any part of our bodies calling for our attention and dragging us away. So let's begin with that. I'm beginning to take some deep breaths in. Breathing in through the nose, down the throat, deep into our bellies. Breathing in and out. In and out. Allowing our bodies to get into their own natural rhythm of breath. As we begin the breathing and getting into that rhythm, we're going to place our thoughts in a basket in front of us. For some of us, we might like to cup our hands as a visualization of a basket. But as we begin our flow of breath, we also begin to notice the thoughts that are crossing our mind, that are crossing over the conscious part of our mind. It might have been thoughts that we've brought with us into the meditation from our day. As each thought comes, we gently and slowly place that in the basket in front of us. Just allowing the thoughts to drift across our mind, and then slowly and gently letting them rest in the basket, just letting that internal voice fall still and quiet. Throughout our meditation time, we might need to do that a few times, just gently placing the thoughts in the basket. Continuing to breathe in through our nose and out. Over the next 3 breaths, as we breathe in, we're going to lift our shoulders up towards the bottom of our ears. So breathing in, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. And as we exhale gently and slowly pulling our shoulder blades back towards each other, really opening up our chest, breathing out. Taking a deep breath in, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears. And as we exhale, rolling those shoulders back. Whew. Stretching as we do. One more time, taking a deep breath in, lifting the shoulders and rolling back. And settling back down. As we do these exercises, we're soothing our nervous systems and reminding our bodies that we're safe, that this is a time of peacefulness and safety. Taking a deep breath in, and as we exhale, gently turning our chin towards our right shoulder, slowly and gently, gazing over our shoulder, whether our eyes are open or closed. Really feeling a stretch in the back of the eyes. We gaze over the shoulder and draw the air in through the nose and down, deep into our bodies. On the next exhalation, gently and slowly returning to center, pausing to take another breath. And as we exhale, gently turning our chin towards our left shoulder, gazing over our shoulders. Really stretching the back of the eyes. This helps us become aware of our bodies. It reminds our nervous systems we're safe. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling, and very slowly and gently returning to center. And just paying attention now to the rhythm of breath. How is our body asking for air at this time? And noticing where the air is flowing to in our bodies. Is it staying high up in our chest? Or is it beginning now to slowly and gently drop down into our diaphragm, down towards our bellies, nourishing our bodies? For the next 3 breaths, we're going to take what's known as a double breath. So as we breathe in, we reach the normal top of the breath, and then we just take in a little bit more. So breathing in through the nose, getting to the top, and then taking a bit more. And then very slowly exhaling, extending the exhalation a bit longer than the breath in. Again, breathing in normally, getting to the top of the breath, breathing a bit more, and then slowly exhaling. One more time, taking a deep breath in, then just that bit more. Then exhaling. Allowing our bodies to get back into their own natural rhythm of breath. And as we do that, we check in with our mind, with our thoughts. Take a moment just to check in with our thoughts, noticing them, just noticing them. And maybe we need to pop them into the basket. One by one. Letting the thoughts drift to the edges of our conscious thinking. We do that at any time. Allowing our thoughts to become quiet. It may be helpful now to gently and slowly cover our basket for the duration, covering it with a cloth. The thoughts will be there for when we come back. We just leave them in there for now. We allow the voice inside to just fall quiet. No need for internal chatter. Just giving ourselves the time and space to be still. Honoring this time as sacred. As we do that, as we allow our thoughts to be quiet, we gently and slowly allow our consciousness to drop down from the busyness of our mind down towards our heart space. Becoming aware of what is happening in our heart space. Observing the emotions that we have brought into this meditation. Just observing those feelings. What have we brought with us into this time and into this space? We just observe them. We notice our emotions without criticism, without that internal critic. The voice is quiet, and we can just probe gently, accepting where we're at tonight, where we're up to, how we're feeling. This is a safe place. We can be at peace at this time. We're going to begin now to allow our conscious awareness to gently probe the space that we're in, the environment that we find ourselves in at this time. How does our skin feel? What does our skin feel at this time? Just noticing the sensations of our body. What's the temperature of the air? Is the air flowing? Is it still? What are we touching? Are we sitting on the grass or on the earth? Or maybe we can feel the softness underneath our sit bones. We allow ourselves to become aware of our environment, of the way in which our skin is interacting with the world around us. And not just our skin, but our ears. What sounds can our ears hear? Sounds are not distracting in any way. We can allow our consciousness to hear them without listening specifically, but just hearing the sounds. Are there birds? Are there motors? Let's spend a moment listening to the sounds of life all around, the sounds of our breath. We are one with our environment. Life is all around. We turn our internal gaze now to the sensation of gravity as it flows over our bodies. The wonderful force of gravity that connects us and grounds us to the earth, holding us, keeping us safe. We feel gravity's flow over us and in us. We pay attention and we notice its flow all the way down from the top of our heads, down over our scalp and our forehead, flowing down. We notice where we're not yielding to gravity, where we're pushing up, we're pressing up. We notice where we're holding stress, and we notice it by where we're resisting that wonderful flow of gravity. And we yield the micro muscles around our eyes and nose and mouth and cheeks. Noticing gravity's flow over our jaw, allowing our lower jaw to drop open and yielding to that flow of gravity, coming to a place of rest where we're not striving and pushing up. We notice that flow down under our ears towards our shoulders, a place where we push up against everything that the day brings, the way the gravity flows. We're pushing up our shoulders. We take a deep breath in, and when we exhale, we release the shoulders. Allowing them to feel heavy. Feeling that flow of gravity. We breathe in, we exhale, releasing the shoulders even more deeply, down towards the earth. The comforting embrace of earth, the connection with gravity and our bodies and the ground beneath our feet. One last time, breathing in and releasing. Sitting quietly in this place of rest. We notice the way gravity is holding the core of our bodies. We notice where we're holding our bellies tightly, pushing against that beautiful flow. We allow ourselves to rest. We breathe out and let go. letting go of the tension in our bellies and allowing that flow of gravity to draw our bodies down our sit bones or our legs or our back, our bodies. We notice the flow of gravity over our shoulders down to our elbows, our forearms and our wrists. And perhaps we notice that gravity makes our hands feel heavy. We yield in the stillness, noticing the gravity, noticing the heaviness, finger by finger, thumb and thumb, palm and palm, our hands as a whole. In the stillness, in the quietness, there is rest. We notice gravity's flow down the lower part of our body, down our thighs and our knees, those amazing joints, flowing down our calves to our ankles, also amazing joints, down to our feet, the soles of our feet that carry us around. We notice the gravity's flow over our toes. And just like our fingers, perhaps we can feel them in the heaviness, in that wonderful connection to the earth, holding us, keeping us steady and connected. Noticing now our whole body or our body as a whole, not in parts, but our whole body. How does our body feel? Just feeling what it feels, noticing our skin, the interface between what's inside and what's outside. Noticing the space around us. Noticing not with our eyes, but noticing with other senses. Feeling what our space feels like. Noticing the sounds. Noticing. We are not separate from our environment. We become aware of our oneness. The sacredness of our oneness with the world around us. Life within, life all around. Our internal gaze begins to drop now, dropping from our mind, dropping from our bodies, from our hearts, dropping into awareness of our own spirit, deep within the core of our being, the very center of our living self. We allow our attention to drop down from our thought center, from our mind, dropping down to our life center, our beating heart, our breathing lungs, our living spirit. Perhaps we place a hand on our chest and the other on our bellies, guiding our internal gaze to being aware of our spirit being. Sitting in the awareness of that. Honoring the sacredness of our spirit that is given to us from the Eternal One. The one who created our innermost being. Honoring the Creator's presence here. Honoring that connection between our spirit and the Creator's spirit. As we continue in the flow and rhythm of our breath, we allow our internal gaze to move back up to the center of our imaginations, to the place of memory. And in that place of imagination and memory, we allow a picture to form, a picture of the beach, of the ocean, of the sea. We see ourselves standing on the sand as we gaze out over the water. Perhaps we see ourselves sitting in the sand, or maybe on the edge of a rock pool. As we gaze out over the water, the sun is shining. Its sparkle like diamonds dancing on the surface of the sea. At our feet, the waves gently lap on the shore. We look out to the depths of the ocean. We look and we look and we look out to the horizon and beyond. The ocean, the water, the waves. Every drop of water in the vastness of the oceans reminds us of the unconditional, overflowing, everlasting, abundant flow of divine love coming from the Eternal One. As we stand on the edge of the water in our memory or imagination, every wave lapping the shore speaks to us. Its message is this: I love you with an everlasting love. I love you with an everlasting love. I love you with an everlasting love. The waves, the waves, the waves. I love you with an everlasting love. Day and night, night and day, the waves lapping at the shore. As we stand on the edge and we feel that water under our feet, we remember and we imagine the breeze coming off the water, that wonderful, refreshing breeze, the wind flowing over our faces and through our hair, all around our body. We imagine ourselves standing right there, feeling that breeze. We begin to turn our awareness now to the connection with the spirit of divine love through every breath. Each breath in is a gift from the one who gives the life breath and the breath of life. Our mortal lives begin with the breath in and end with the breath out. Every breath is sacred. As we stand on the edge of the water in our memory and imagination, we breathe in, we feel the air flowing in through our nose, down our throat, deep into our bodies. We breathe in and out. In and out, aware of the breath. We're breathing in and out. And as we stand in this sacred place, we share a breath prayer. As we breathe in, we pray, I breathe in life. We breathe out. I breathe in light. I breathe out. I breathe in love. Together in unison. I breathe in life. I breathe in light. I breathe in love. As we stand on the edge of the water in our imaginations, as we feel the breeze and the breath of life, we allow our mind to become aware of the sun shining, shining on us. The sun as it dances on the water, sparkling as it does. It represents the radiance of the Creator's glory. We sit or stand in the warmth of the sun, and we receive it into the core of our being, allowing our spirit consciousness to become aware of divine love, the source of life, the source of light, the source of love. Filling our inner being, radiating all the way through, feeling the sun's warmth, feeling the radiance of love divine. Breathing in, receiving. The sacredness of love divine. We begin to allow our internal mind and consciousness to let go of the imagery of the sunshine on the water at the beach, letting it go, drifting into the shadows of our mind and memory, and drawing our internal gaze now back to our breath, back to our bodies, back to our heart space, back to our spirit at the very core of our being. Back to the space that we find ourselves in. Breathing deeply in and out. as we draw our time of meditation to a close, we reflect on the sacredness of gathering, of awareness of ourself, our environment, and of divine love. And we finish our time together with a blessing. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Shalom. Shalom.